Hi, my name's Stephen and I'm a magician. I'm here to tell you today how I became a magician and how I gained some of my magical expertise to become the professional that I am today. I first started my magical career when I was 16. I learnt a few basic effects through some of my friends at school, and that intrigued me into furthering my studies into magic. I found a local shop which was selling tricks, and throughout the next couple of years I spent every penny that I made from paper rounds and doing small jobs around the house, and I went to the shop and I spent a fortune on magic. My illusion act took a few advancements when I developed my next illusion, which was a large-scale square in the circle production, which was a trick with a large tube and a large square box where they were both shown to be empty, and then moments later I produced two female assistants who were both my sisters at the time. I have also later developed that act with levitation illusions and head guillotines. My children's show is a 1 hour long performance which features lots of tricks where pictures appear in paint books and Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc. vanish and disappear. Lots of bright, colourful effects where the children will get a chance to come up and help me in magic, upon which I make them a balloon shaped into a dog, a cat, a rabbit, something that they can take home away with them. So, mainly based comedy effect show, so the children will think they know what's going to happen, but it'll completely change towards the end. My desire in magic came from wanting to obtain the unobtainable, to learn the secrets to some of the greatest mysteries, and one of those was magic. When I was 16, I had a few friends at school who knew a few tricks, and I was so intrigued with what they were doing that I later started looking at some of the tricks for myself and trying to helpfully work them out. I believe my style of magic is always in demand, especially when it comes to children's parties, which is where my professional career is targeted at. As for my illusion career, that is yet to see full fruition. I'm hoping that one day it will eventually become something bigger than it is at the moment.
I'm Stephen Ablett, I'm 12 years old. He's a children's entertainer / magician, and he's a very good one at that. I've been in some of his tricks performing, and they amaze the audience very well. If he does a show, he wants the kids to laugh, even if they're not laughing at his jokes and laughing at him.
Right, now we're going to be shocked and amazed with the master of magic himself, Stephen Ablett.
Thank you. My name is Stephen, and I'm here to generate some wonderful magic for you, the audience. I'm going to begin with something nice and simple, with a little silk handkerchief, just like so. Please see nice and clearly as I take the handkerchief and just place it into the palm of my hand, my finger and thumb. Check that nothing goes up the sleeve and that my hands are completely empty as we go 1, 2, 3, and it completely vanishes. We're going to do some interesting magic of the mind, something extremely strange, something which uses a nice simple key. This is a metal backdoor key, as you might see in any old home. I'm going to try and use some powers such as telekinesis to turn this key in my hand. Please watch very carefully. I hope you saw that clearly, because metal objects with magic have a tendency to be somehow related. I'm going to try something else with a metal object, a metal spoon. Famous tricks have been done with spoons. This is solid stainless steel, and it is ordinary in every single way. What I'm going to try and do is bend this spoon with the power of my mind. I hope you can see that's bent a good 65 degrees. We're going to try some other powers of the mind, but this one's rather powers of the head. As you can see to the right of me here, I have a nice wooden guillotine. This guillotine has a strong stainless steel blade placed inside the centre of it, which when placed through the stock can cut a simple carrot in half. But we want something a bit stronger than a carrot, and I think my wonderful co-host over here would like to come and help me in this trick.
You lot are me big time. How did I get into this? Right.
Don't worry, Deborah, this has only ever gone wrong in rehearsals, which is why I don't have an assistant. We're going to try something very strange.
I'm
We're
going to
place...
tie my head up, because if I'm decapitated, I want good hair.
Well, we'll try that indeed. Please place your head inside the stock.
Go on, Thames. You owe me. Next week.
We're going to seal her head inside.
Yeah, if you're here.
So there's no way you can escape, even if you wanted to.
I don't want to.
Now, what we're going to try and do is place this blade through your neck. Are you confident? Well, we'll find out. What we need to do is we need to say some magic words. You know any magic words? Abracadabra, they're a bit cliche. Look, we're going to try something a bit more unusual. And these magic words are whiz, bang, wallop.
That doesn't sound too promising. There's not my head on the floor.
If you count with me on the count of 3, we're going to shout out whiz, bang, wallop, and this blade should pass straight through your head. Are we ready?
I'm so scared.
1, 2, 3. Whiz, bang, wallop. Let's see if she's still in one piece. Thank you very much, Deborah. This was the magic of Mr. Magic, Stephen Ablett. Thank you.
Now with me on the sofa is the magic of Master. What's wrong with me today, Mr. Stephen Ablett?
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me. And first of all, I just want to ask, when did you know that you had these magic powers?
Well, I first realised I had a skill with the magical arts at about 15, but it wasn't until a few years ago where I took it professionally and realised I had a skill with the audience as well, which is where the true magic is.
Brilliant. And what made you go professional?
Various things in my life, such as needing money, basically. But I also like performing.
We all.
Yes.
And what's the biggest and the most daring magic trick that you've ever performed?
I did a trick a few years ago, which was this giant illusion, where I took my 4-year-old sister, placed her into a box, and stabbed 15 swords through her. And it was a kind of dangerous trick to perform at the time because they were real swords, and they actually did come really close to her. In fact, a few of them touched her. So
I was just thinking more that she was 4.
Yeah.
Did you say 4?
She was 4 at the time.
Your parents are trusting.
My sister's trusting, never mind the parents.
You can do what...
You can make them do whatever you want. That's the beauty of it.
And have you ever had a trick gone wrong?
Occasionally, but I've had a worse experience with some of the pyrotechnics. Yes. I had a show once where I set off some smoke pyrotechnics to create an atmosphere for the illusions. And
is that why you've got no hair?
Well, it's better self-faded. But unfortunately... It is been on top. But unfortunately, it set off the smoke alarms and 3 fire engines appeared at the venue. But it was the only time I can say that I produced 3 fire engines in a puff of smoke. So.
Brilliant. And who's your inspirations then?
Some of the major league magicians like David Copperfield, Paul Daniels, Wayne Dobson. I still watch them today on TV and I'm still amazed.
Can I just ask a question? You know, with the bending of objects,
yes.
Where is that ever useful? I mean, it's like trigonometry. I mean, not useful to me, but I know in the world. But bending spoons, surely it's just a pain.
You're just being so daring now. Wait till you get your head back in that guillotine and we'll see if you're standing there all mouthy.
Well, spoon bending tricks always have an appeal to audiences, plus they get you on TV, so can't go too wrong.
And what's been the biggest gig that you've ever performed?
And I've done a few venues like London Palladium and the Stockport Town Hall, but I've done a few celebrity clients like Rio Ferdinand. I did his New Year's Eve show a few years ago.
I need his number.
Bet you do.
If he's watching, you know.
And finally then, what was your most favourite trick of all time?
Well, I've got this trick here, which I quite like. Can I show it with you?
Please do.
Okay, it's a simple trick. It shows a simple card with 10 objects listed to it. We've got a dice, a rabbit, a wand, a cloak, a top hat, a dove, a coin, a card, a sword and a candle. Okay. All I needed to do is think of a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to show you the list of objects and just see which object is at your number.
Okay.
You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now simply focus on that object and I'm going to try and work out what it is you're thinking of.
No, see, this is dangerous as it starts. You
We're
should
concentrating.
This is as far as we get.
What a woman wants to know.
Okay. I do sense something furry in this item. I
That's your hair.
do sense it moving. I have the impression that this is a rabbit. Is this a rabbit?
Brilliant! Fantastic!
Was it really a rabbit?
It was! Amazing!
Maybe he was just looking at you thinking, because you look slightly like, you know, rabbit.
Right, lady! Wow, that was amazing, Stephen.
wonderful.
Thank you very, very much indeed.
Thank you.
Going into this competition tonight, and was hoping that the effects that I'm performing will go down well, something that they'll enjoy the effects, and most of all, people will be having a good time.
Welcome to the Order of the Magi's cabaret comedy evening. Nice turnout. Thanks for coming up. So without any further ado.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Stephen, and I have some magic powers. In fact, some people say I've got mental powers. Other people just say I'm mental. You really do know that famous trick where you take a large steel saw and you go right through the body. When you start on this side, you go all the way through. Do you know that trick? Yeah. Well, I've not got that trick now. But I've got a trick just as good. If you hold it at hand like a nice big scarecrow. I've got a trick which uses two extremely dangerous, very deadly, super painful handkerchiefs. It's just as good. All I do is tie them into a nice tight knot together like this. Ooh. I put time nice and tight, they won't come apart. And I'm going to pull the two hankies. If it's magic, it'll go right through his body and out the other side. If it's not magic, it'll rip him in two like a dry grape. Are we ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! It's stuck. I'm going to the best! I'm going to the best! Give him a big round of applause! I think I better get out of here. Thank you, everybody. Good night!
My name is Peter Moran and I am the current president of the Order of the Magi, Manchester. Stephen as a magician is, I would like to say, is an alternative magician. Like we get alternative comedians, which are very funny. Stephen is definitely an alternative magician, and he's in your face, and once you get used to his style, it's unusual, but I think it went down very well tonight. I was watching the audience and they were laughing. It went down, from my point of view, I think it went down very well.
My name is Philip Partridge and I'm a full-time professional magician. I think it's important for every individual magician to have a unique style, because it's always important to have your own first impression. The act for this evening, it was for a comedy magic act, and it certainly lived up to that, a comedy magic act. And as I said, everyone's got their style, and Steve Ablett's style is a unique style. I would say, to use a tagline, a roller coaster ride of comedy, fun and magic. The audience loved it, lots of laughs.